after being placed on administrative leave. A West Dallas deputy fire chief is calling it quits and will no longer be a part of the fire department starting next year. The Journal-Sentinel reports Deputy Chief Michael Wright submitted his letter of resignation on July 17th. Wright was placed on administrative leave following allegations of obscene language, retaliating against subordinates, and violating union rights. Wright is the second leader in the West Dallas Fire Department to resign in the past month. The West Dallas Fire Department says Wright will stay on administrative leave for the rest of the year until his resignation date in January. And a sure sign of summer in Wisconsin with the annual Lumberjack World Championships in Hayward.
Now in its 65th year, older than its winter counterpart held in the same town.
It's actually older than the American Birkebeiner.
Sean Connolly is the event's director of marketing, and the event is international.
Ireland represented, we have Czech Republic represented, Canada, Great Britain.
The three-day event showcases the world's best in the world of sawing, chopping, speed climbing, boom running, and log rolling.
Skills that these lumberjacks had to have to be able to perform their jobs, and I think that's one thing that really this country was built on was the lumberjack.
Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
The event wraps up Saturday night and is being live streamed at lumberjackworldchampionships.com. Sports, traffic, weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News time is 9:04.
While you rest on the weekends, we work for you. Wisconsin's Weekend Morning News with Libby Collins. The latest in news.
So often when we hear about these child abductions, it's apparent. But in this case, you see a white Jeep turn around and then go after him. This was a really strange case.
Entertainment.
How cool would it be to have a bass guitar signed by Gary Sinise in your house?
And more every Sunday morning starting at 8 on WTMJ.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. They're the best in the business. They are CertaPro painters. Now's the time to get on their schedule. Their summer sales discount goes through the end of July. Do it now. They painted our house, the outside, absolutely fantastic. They're kind, they're thoughtful. They moved our patio furniture out of the way and moved it right back where it belonged. It is CertaPro painters. Schedule your free estimate at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. For your home or business, they're the best. Each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated.
Set sail on an unforgettable adventure with Celebrity Cruises. Discover exclusive offers only available through Fox World Travel during the Fox exclusive July sale. Experience luxury at sea with world-class dining, exhilarating entertainment, and stunning destinations. Whether you're dreaming of the Caribbean, Alaska, or beyond, we've got the perfect cruise for you. Book now to enjoy stackable discounts only at Fox World Travel. The sale ends July 25th. Don't miss out.
Healthy joints, healthy lifestyle. Vince Vetrano for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Arthritis, injuries, wear and tear, common joint issues that keep you from doing what you love. At OAW, a visit to the doctor doesn't always mean surgery. Everyone is different. Surgeons, nurses, physical therapists work together to come up with a plan for you. Maybe it's PT, medication, injection, and if you do need surgery like I did, you know you're in the best of hands. Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, there is a difference. Book an appointment online at orthowisconsin.com.
Time for a WTMJ sports update from the Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all sports desk. The Brewers beat the LA Dodgers last night from Los Angeles, winning 2-0. The Brew Crew continue their series tonight with first pitch at 8:30. Our coverage begins at 7 p.m. with Brewers warm-up right here on WTMJ. Taking a look at your roads with your WTMJ time saver traffic. I-43 south, 1.8 miles beyond the ramp from Racine Avenue. The right shoulder is blocked due to a disabled vehicle. Then further on I-43 north at the ramp from Wisconsin Route 164, the right shoulder is blocked due to another disabled vehicle. Other than that, roads are looking pretty clear across southeast Wisconsin. All right, time for your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Today it will be partly cloudy at times with a chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms with a high of 81 degrees. Tonight will be mostly cloudy with a few isolated showers or thunderstorms still possible with a low of 64 degrees. Sunday will become mostly sunny with a high of 75 degrees. Sunday evening will become mostly clear with a low of 62 degrees. Monday will be partly cloudy with a high of 78 degrees. And Tuesday is going to be partly cloudy with a high of 82 degrees. Right now in Madison, it's currently 72 degrees. In Green Bay, it's currently 70 degrees. In Waukesha, it's currently 73 degrees. And right here in Milwaukee, it's currently 71 degrees. I'm Sean Brinda, Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 9:08.
The following program, the Fox World Travel Show, is paid for in full by Fox World Travel. The advice and opinions expressed during the Fox World Travel Show are solely that of the hosts and guests of Fox World Travel and not WTMJ or Good Karma brands. Need a vacation? Whether it's the trip of a lifetime or a weekend getaway, we can help. This is the Fox World Travel Show on WTMJ.
Hey, I'm on vacation every single day, every single day.
Welcome to the Fox World Travel Show. I am Dayton, Kane, and Rose Gray is in Alaska right now. Andrea Pradarelli filling in for her. Good morning, Andrea.
Good morning.
So there was an earthquake or what's going on in Alaska where Rose and the crew are?
I know. Rose and the crew are good. This happened pretty far away from where they're at. But yeah, on Wednesday, like 6 p.m. our time, there was an earthquake kind of in the Aleutian Islands area, kind of off the coast of Alaska. And then there was all sorts of crazy tsunami warnings that happened because of that. But I texted Rose actually, and I was like, hey, are you guys good? And she's like, what are you talking about? I said, there was an earthquake. And she's like, no, we had no idea. And obviously they were hearing it come in as soon as I had texted them. And then they started looking. But yeah, they didn't feel it. They didn't see it. They're all good. They were pretty far up inland at that point. So good. Yeah, everything good with them. But obviously keeping our really good friends in Alaska in our thoughts because, there was some pretty serious stuff going on there earlier in the week.
Okay, so that's good that they're all good.
Yeah,
You're here filling in for her.
I am, yeah, but Rose to give some updates and for her little trip in Alaska right now. I think this is, I don't even know, number 20 or 21 for her for being in Alaska. So she's living her best life. They did get to see Denali when they were on their Tundra Wilderness tour because I told you, I think last time I was here, Rose and Colleen, they just have like a rabbit's foot with them all the time. They not very many people get to see Denali just because it has its own weather pattern and it's kind of crazy, but they got to see her. They saw all sorts of animals on their Tundra Wilderness tour. I think moose was the only one that was left, but there's a pretty good chance they'll see that too before they get on the ship today.
So are all mountains called her?
I think so. Yeah. We refer to it as her.
Mount Everest would be a her?
Probably, yeah.
Interesting.
Denali's so pretty, we probably should just keep calling it her. But
okay. Awesome. Okay, so that is going on right now. She's gone next week as well. Colleen will be filling in for her then. Big July sales going on right now.
We do, yes.
How's that going?
This is awesome. We are seeing so many people coming in and getting to take advantage of some really, really great deals, really deep discounts that we have going on with our good friends at Apple Vacations. That is going to be all things land for you. That's going to be your all-inclusives, Mexico, Caribbean. Apple has those really great nonstop charter flights, ENVF's exclusive nonstop vacation flights that go out of Milwaukee, Chicago, O'Hare, and Rockford. We can talk a little bit about Rockford later too. But we have some really great negotiated rates with a lot of hotels throughout Mexico and the Caribbean for travel January, February, March. So if you're looking at getting out of the cold, I know it's hard to believe right now with the weather we've been having, but it will get cold, I promise. This early booking sale is the best place to get in, make sure you have availability, get in on the dates that you want, take advantage of some really, really great sales that we have with Apple. And then for those that might not be interested in the land portion, might be interested in cruising, we've also for the first time partnered with Celebrity Cruises for all things cruise, all things 2025, 2026 sailings are on sale, and we have some really great dollar off values that we can add and some exclusive amenities on some select sailings as well. So you can get some beverage packages, some Wi-Fi, which those typically have a really big cost sometimes when you're sailing. So that's a really, really great deal to take advantage of as well.
Okay, and how do people take advantage of that?
So a couple different ways. Today we do have the text line open. So if you text in FWT, F like Fox, W like World, T like Travel, to 855-616-1620, we will send you a link. If you click on that link, it will take you right to our July sale landing page where you can see all of the offers with Apple Vacations, all of the offers with Celebrity. We've already kind of filtered out some of the hottest deals. If you're looking for just the best bang for your buck, you can go there. There are also 2 links on that link that you'll get sent where you can go and kind of explore on your own as well. So if you're a do-it-yourself or you want to just start looking through what offers are out there for the dates that you might be looking for, you can actually look and you can book right on those links too. And then come Monday when we get back into the offices, we'll see those and then you will still be directed to one of our advisors and then they'll help you with all things. If you need air, if you need transfers, if you need insurance, anything like that, you'll still have the support of one of our experienced advisors.
All right, so look into that. FoxWorldTravel.com is a website if you want to go there as well. When we come back, we'd love to hear from you. Let's talk travel. 855-616-1620. It is the Fox World Travel Show on WTMJ.
Sponsored by Accunet Mortgage.
Accunet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
After writing 3 unsuccessful offers, Brenda decided to make a no-regrets offer on this next property. She offered $35,000 over asking and promised to complete the purchase even if the appraised value came in as much as $25,000 below the accepted offer price. Why? Because she was tired of losing, and because her Accunet loan consultant showed her that even in her worst-case scenario, no additional money would be needed at closing, and her payment, which on this home was much more affordable than others she wrote offers on, would only increase by $17 a month. Brenda's no-regrets offer, backed up by a rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval from Accunet, was accepted over several others. And wouldn't you know, the appraised value came in at the significantly higher than asking purchase price, which happens 9 out of 10 times in our experience. If you or someone you know wants help understanding what a no-regrets pre-approval might look like, get started by clicking on the blue button at Accunet.com. That's ACCUNET.com.
Some of our customers want a glass shower door for the look. Some want it for a better use of their space, while others need a new glass shower door just to be safe. Like a customer we had last month. Her daughter had been hounding her to turn that old bathtub of hers into a walk-in shower. She was afraid her mother might slip when there was no one around to help her. Stepping over that bathtub wall isn't exactly safe, and besides, those old bathtub floors can be kind of slippery too. Installing a new glass shower door is pretty affordable, and not only is it safer, but it also gives your bathroom a great new look. And when you stop in our showroom, you'll see just how many options we have to give you the look you want. This is Stacy Sinks with Les's Glass Service, and glass and mirrors have been our business for over 35 years. So if it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Les's Glass. Les's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lesglassservice.com.
Hi, I'm Eric Brown, owner of Outdoor Living Unlimited. Outdoor Living Unlimited is Wisconsin's #1 TimberTech decking installer. We install anything decks and more. Stop by Outdoor Living Unlimited showroom and visit outdoorlivingunlimited.com.
I'm Libby Collins. This week on WTMJ Conversations, we talk with Maestro Alexander Platt from the Wisconsin Philharmonic. He shares some of the stories of the celebrities he's met along the way.
I sat next to Princess Margaret at a dinner party. She asked me, "Do you sometimes experience telepathy? Do you know what the other is thinking?" No, I don't experience that at all. To which she said, "Well, that's very interesting because my sister and I have that all the time."
WTMJ Conversations, Sunday mornings at 11 on WTMJ. Planning a vacation? We've got you covered. You're listening to the Fox World Travel Show on WTMJ.
Dayton Kane here with Andrea. We are talking travel and getting texts that say get. What happens when we see the word get, it means you tried to text in FWT and it got autocorrected. So you probably didn't get a link back. So if you didn't get your link back, try again with FWT all capitalized and you should get the link back. 855-616-1620 is where you send that. And that's also where you can call and text about travel. So let's go over to Anna in Kenosha. Good morning. What's your question?
Good morning. So I want to take my teenage grandkids on a Caribbean cruise over the spring break. And I want to know a recommendation. You know, I don't want anything too rowdy, but I don't want the teenagers to be bored.
That's a great question. Have you guys cruised before?
We have, yes, but not with my grandkids. Just with my husband.
Okay, yeah. So my go-to whenever someone says family of any kids with any age and cruising, typically I start with Royal Caribbean. They're a really good brand. They have a lot of ships, a lot of itineraries, and a lot to do on board. So kind of depending on the itinerary, depending on how many days you have at sea, that might also kind of determine how much time you're going to need on board. Royal Caribbean some of their really, really big ships can feel a little crowded sometimes, but they do a really good job of keeping them separated into what they call different neighborhoods. And they will, there's an unlimited number of things to do. They have rock climbing walls, they have go-karts, they have water acrobatic shows, they have zip lines, they have, to go-kart on a ship in the middle of the sea is kind of crazy to think about. But I have a 15-year-old. If I was taking him on a cruise, I really, really would look at Royal Caribbean. He does get very bored very easily. If I was taking my daughter, who's a little younger, I would potentially look at like a celebrity. She doesn't need all of the things to keep her super entertained all day long. Celebrity has some. They have pickleball courts on some of them. Some of them do have a rock climbing wall. They're not going to have the go-karts. They're not going to be nearly as go as what you might have with Royal Caribbean, but I think the itinerary might also kind of play a part in that. Again, sometimes if you do those really far Southern Caribbean ones that go out of Puerto Rico, you only have like 1 day at sea, so you don't need as many things. If you're going out of Florida or you're going out of Texas, you're probably going to be looking at 3 days. Those are going to be the ones where you're going to want to make sure there's a lot to do on board, and some of those big ships with Royal have truly just in unlimited number of things that you can possibly do.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks for listening. Absolutely. Have a great weekend. 855-616-1620 is the Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line. This says, we're looking at Aruba in January or February of 2026. Would prefer adults only on a beach, all-inclusive, or suggestions. What are the best flight options?
So, yeah, Aruba has phenomenal beaches. So if beaches is high on your list, I think no matter which hotel you end up at, you're probably going to be pretty satisfied with the beach that you're staying at. There are a couple. Secrets Baby Beach is in Aruba. That is actually a new hotel that opened recently. Secrets is one of my all-time favorite hotels. They are adults only. They are 5-star, kind of that unlimited luxury plan where you don't have wristbands, you don't have towel cards, you don't have limitations on the number of restaurants that you can go to, things like that. So Secrets is always going to be a good option for me when somebody's asking for adults only. And again, it's on a very good beach. So I think you'd be very, very happy at Secrets. There is also a Riu. I know we talk a lot about Rius. Mm-hmm. They have family-friendly hotels, and they also have adults only. So they have one, it's Riu Palace Antilles, which is adults only. That is on Palm Beach in Aruba. That's also a really good one. There will be a bit of a price difference between the Riu and the Secrets. Riu, even though being an adults only, I would probably rate that one closer to like a 4.5 star, where Secrets is going to be that true 5-star. So kind of depending on budget, what that allows for, I would look at those two. And for flights, you can really get to Aruba out of anywhere. For January, they do have nonstop flights out of Chicago on a couple of the days a week, for sure on Saturdays. So if going out of Chicago O'Hare is an option for you, American's got some nice nonstops. But again, Milwaukee, some of the other smaller airports will get you there. You just might have to connect in one or both directions.
Speaking of smaller airports, we're going to talk about Rockford's airport when we come back, and why would we fly from there? Andrea in for Rose today. I'm Dayton Kane. It is the Fox World Travel Show on WTMJ.
Hey, boaters! This is Dave Dorrell from Kendor Marine. And hey, boaters love shopping here. How do I know? Well, most times it's because they tell me, Dave, I love shopping here. But other times it's because they tell you. If you need a reason to come here, just check out our online reviews. They tell the whole story. Boaters in the know exactly where to go. Kendor Marine, 57th and Ryan Road in Franklin.
Hey, boaters! Cruise to Kendor Marine. We've got everything you need but the water.
At Kendor Marine, we have everything you could want, think of, or wish for your boat. We're committed to making sure you always have a place to fulfill every boating need that you have. And if you ask around, you'll find out our prices always beat the other guys. This is Dave Dorrell from Kendor Marine. Boaters in the know exactly where to go. Kendor Marine, 57th and Ryan Road in Franklin.
Hey, boaters! Cruise to Kendor Marine. We've got everything you need but the water.
When people think sleep apnea, they think CPAP. Now at Advent, we do all we can to help sleep apnea sufferers avoid the CPAP machine. And most sleep apnea sufferers who come to Advent are going to be able to avoid a CPAP altogether. Our unique Advent approach using simple in-office solutions can get your nose working and throat open all under one roof. You see, the root of every snoring and obstructive sleep apnea problem lies within the throat, nose, or both. At Advent, we know when we get the nose and throat working properly, most snoring and sleep apnea problems will subside. And we have the most simple and convenient, ultra-effective in-office solutions that can do just that. And this is why people have traveled by planes, trains, and automobiles from corners of the world you would never think of to find the sleep apnea and snoring relief you won't find elsewhere.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Most insurance accepted.
Take your travel tips from the travel experts. Welcome back to the Fox World Travel Show on WTMJ.
You can find the Fox World Travel Show podcast on Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your podcasts. They also upload it at foxworldtravel.com. Dayton, Kane, and Andrea Pradarelli in Rose Gray in Alaska right now. So we're going through your calls and texts at 855-616-1620. But before we get to a couple more of these, let's talk about Rockford, because you guys are starting to put people out of that airport. And I don't know that everybody listening is familiar with it. And they're like, why are we going out of Rockford?
I know. We've been suggesting it to some of our clients that are calling in and looking at some options. And they're like, what the heck is Rockford? Why would I fly out of Rockford? So I did want to talk a little bit because I do think it's not talked about enough, and I'm excited this year that they have some of those nonstop exclusive vacation flights with Apple out of Rockford to some select destinations. So Rockford, if you're coming from the Milwaukee area, you're looking at probably about a little over an hour to get to O'Hare. Rockford, you are going to be looking at about an hour 20, hour 30. So it's a little bit farther, but you're looking, it's like northwest of where O'Hare is. It's super tiny. If you've ever flown out of like Green Bay, Appleton, Midway's even bigger than Rockford. So if you've ever flown out of some of those tiny airports, Allegiant is the only one that flies out of there right now. And they only go to like 6 or 7 domestic locations. It's big on cargo. There's a lot of UPS, FedEx, Amazon uses Rockford for a lot of their cargo. But during the winter months, sometimes, some years, Apple and Funjet use Rockford as one of their charter departure cities. And so they will have these fully chartered aircrafts. This year they're using Global X, which is what they've used last year. And they have select dates that they go to Huatuco and Mexico and Punta Cana. And if you want to talk about like the easiest, breeziest, most streamlined airports to fly in and out of for international, Rockford is phenomenal. We had some people last year who counted from the time the plane touched down to the time they got to their car, and we were averaging 30 to 40 minutes, which is crazy to think about. Like I've stood in line looking at lines in O'Hare just for 40 minutes, not moving. So it's really, really easy to get in and out of. Again, they only have those nonstop international flights only on select times of year. But Rockford, again, if it's something you're considering, they have good options. They have pricing tends to be a little bit lower. And again, just to have that ease is really great. I was telling you before the show that parking is like $8 a day.
That's crazy.
At Rockford. And for like $20, you can get your car detailed while you're traveling, which is also kind of crazy. They offer a lot of cool stuff there. There is a restaurant on site. There's some shopping there too. So if you forgot something and you need to grab some snacks or whatever that might be, there is that there too. But I think Rockford is not talked about enough. I think it's kind of I flew out of it several years ago when Apple first started offering them out of Rockford, and it truly was it's easier than flying international in Milwaukee if you've ever done that too. So it's something definitely to look at. If you're open at dates and destinations, definitely give Rockford the opportunity. I think it might be worth your while.
All right. Good sales pitch. I like it. Go Rockford.
Go Rockford.
Okay. I was offered a radio job in Rockford once. I did not take it.
Rockford, the city, might not be super, might be underwhelming, but their airport's phenomenal.
All right, let's go to the text lines here. We're planning a trip to London and Scotland September 5th through the 17th. Any suggestions on what type of clothing to pack?
Yeah, that's a great question. September does tend to be the rainiest month for Scotland and into Ireland. So I would definitely pack lightweight, waterproof jackets if you have them. Weather is going to be similar to what it is here, maybe a little cooler. You're probably looking at like mid 40s to high 60s. So definitely don't pack anything super, super heavy. I think being able to swap things out. I think that time of year, you'd want a little bit of everything. Don't pack your jacket, like heavy jackets. I don't think you're going to need them for that, but definitely expect some rain, definitely expect some overcast, cooler temperatures, but not anything super cold and definitely not anything super hot. So kind of right in that middle.
Things you can layer up. Maybe.
Layering is great for Scotland, for sure.
855-616-1620, the Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line. Our family will be going to Jamaica next March, and 6 adults, 2 small children. Would you recommend the Riu Tropical Palace Montego Bay or the Iberostar Waves Rose Hall Montego Bay to stay at?
So I have actually stayed at both of these properties. My personal preference is Riu Palace Tropical Bay. That one actually is not in Montego Bay. That one is actually in Negril. So you would be looking at about an hour 20 to get to that hotel. So if driving and being closer to the airport is super high on your priority list, that one wouldn't be that close. Again, I think an hour to an hour and a half is super doable. It's a pretty drive. That hotel's been recently renovated, and it's on Bloody Bay Beach. It's not on 7 Mile Beach, which is one of the most famous beaches in Negril, but it's still a really phenomenal beach. I really like that hotel. It's with the update, it's been kind of modernized, and there's a lot of good stuff to do. You also have exchange privileges with the Riu Negril right next door, so that kind of opens things up a little bit more for pools and restaurants, things like that. Iberostar Waves, that one is in Montego Bay, so you're only looking at about a 15 to 20 minute drive to get to that one. Iberostar has more restrictions as it relates to like dining. So you can go to their buffets anytime you want, but for their specialty a la carte restaurants, you only get a certain number depending on the number of nights that you're staying. So you are a little bit more limited with that one. The beach is still good there, but it's not as nearly as nice as it is in Negril. So I am a Negril girl. When I go to Jamaica, I will always try and stay there. I like that Riu Palace Tropical Bay a lot. So if it were me, that would be the one I'd be looking at.
Okay, we have 30 seconds. Tell people what Fox World Travel all does.
Fox World Travel does everything as it relates to travel. So we do a lot of corporate business travel. We do meetings and incentives travel. We do destination weddings, and we do vacation. I am on the vacation side. I'm on the fun side. So we get to talk all things, anything leisure travel that you can think of, domestic, international, cruising, train travel, anything that you have your heart set to. We can certainly help with that. We can kind of help customize anything that you are looking at.
Monday through Friday?
We are open, yes. Monday through Friday from 9 to 5. We do have 6 physical office locations, but we also have a virtual team. So feel free that if we're not in your neck of the woods, you can certainly reach out and we can absolutely work with you virtually. You definitely don't need to visit any of our offices.
Go 866-GO-FOX-GO or foxworldtravel.com. We have another half hour to talk travel, so get your calls and texts in. Now we go to the WTMJ Breaking News Center with Sean Brinda. Good morning, Sean.
Morning, Dayton. A former Wauwatosa police officer who was involved in 3 fatal shootings is ending his career in law enforcement. From 2016 to 2020, Joseph Mensah killed 3 people in officer-involved shootings. He was never charged in any of the shooting deaths. Mensah resigned from the Wauwatosa Police Department in 2020 and was hired at the Waukesha County Sheriff's Department. On Thursday, Mensah submitted his resignation letter to the Waukesha County Sheriff's Department, citing personal and professional reasons. His final day with the Sheriff's Department will be July 31st. And resigning months after being placed on administrative leave, a West Allis deputy fire chief is calling it quits and will no longer be a part of the fire department starting next year. The Journal-Sentinel reports Deputy Chief Michael Wright submitted his letter of resignation on July 17th. Wright was placed on administrative leave following allegations of obscene language, retaliating against subordinates, and violating union rights. Wright is the second leader in the West Allis Fire Department to resign in the past month. The West Allis Fire Department says Wright will stay on administrative leave for the rest of the year until his resignation date in January. All right, taking a look at your roads with your WTMJ time saver traffic. We got a couple of incidents on the road. One incident is at Wisconsin Route 190 East at I-41 US 45 South. The right lane is blocked due to a crash, so be aware of that. Then on I-43 north at the ramp from Wisconsin Route 164, the right shoulder is blocked due to a disabled vehicle. Other than that, roads are looking pretty clear across southeast Wisconsin.
Traffic is sponsored by Rejuvenix Arthritis Pain Clinics. Go to rejuvenix.com for an appointment.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Go to rejuvenix.com to request your appointment.
All right, time for your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Today's going to be partly cloudy at times with a chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms with a high of 81 degrees. Tonight's going to be mostly cloudy with a few isolated showers or thunderstorms still possible with a low of 64 degrees. Sunday will become mostly sunny with a high of 75 degrees. Sunday night will become mostly clear with a low of 62 degrees. Monday is going to be partly cloudy with a high of 78 degrees. And Tuesday is going to be partly cloudy with a high of 82 degrees. Right now in Green Bay, it's currently 71 degrees. In Waukesha, it's currently 73 degrees. And right here in Milwaukee, it's currently 72 degrees. I'm Sean Brinda, Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 9:32.
When it rains, it pours. But sometimes it hails. or worse.
That tornado warning again is for Fond du Lac and Dodge County. We also have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect right now.
Keep us within reach for Fleet Farm Storm Team alerts.
Even if a tornado does not touch down, we know that there are powerful straight line winds.
On 620 WTMJ and WTMJ.com.
We thought our massive, hassleless mattress warehouse would be big enough to hold every mattress we sell, but boy, did we miscalculate. Now, our bad math is your good fortune. This week only, Thursday through Monday, it's the first ever hassleless mattress tent sale in Greenfield. We're decimating prices on over 500 brand new, overstock, floor model, and clearance mattresses. You won't find brand names like Beautyrest and Sealy Posturepedic marked this low anywhere else. A Sealy Posturepedic Queen Golden Acres pillow top mattress was $1,093, now just $546, and a Beautyrest King Bristol Rose mattress was $2,035. But at the Hassless tent sale, it slashed to $814. Be ready to load up your mattress and take it home. We'll have helping hands on hand to help. Look, at this point, we're not making money, we're making friends. So, friend, come see us this week at the first ever Hassless Mattress Tent Sale at the corner of Layton and 77th across from Kopp's Frozen Custard in Greenfield.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano talking with Dr. Mike Nolte at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Doc, a lot of people are hesitant to visit a surgeon for spine care.
The good news is that the vast majority of patients that I see and the majority of conditions that I can see can be successfully treated without surgery. And I don't want patients to think that just because you're seeing a spine surgeon means that you're going to be signing up for surgery. We talk about, in my clinic, kind of a plan A, a plan B, and a plan C.
Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, there is a difference. orthowisconsin.com.
Perfect vacation, no matter your budget. This is the Fox World Travel Show on WTMJ.
This reminds me, German Fest is next weekend. Can't wait. 855-616-1620 is the Society Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line. Dayton, Kane, and Andrea Pradarelli talking travel with you. Rose Gray in Alaska, all fine there, even though you may have heard some reports that there was some bad weather that way. The cruise that they're on is going just fine. All right, let's go to the text line here. What are the best all-inclusive in Dominican Republic? Adults only. Great pools and good food are a priority.
Oh, there's a lot of really good all-inclusive adults-only resorts in the Dominican Republic. Some of my top favorites that I have stayed at that I look at too, Secrets Cap Cana is a really, really good one. That one is a little bit outside of the hotel area in Punta Cana, so it's kind of in this like marina area. The beach is absolutely phenomenal there. That's a really good one. I also really like Breathless. They have Breathless Punta Cana. That one is going to be a little bit more lively than some of the other ones. Sometimes when you go to adults only, they can be a little quieter just because people are just there to relax, and you certainly can relax at Breathless, but they do have a party pool. They do have some really cool entertainment. The best entertainment I've ever had at any all-inclusive was at Breathless Punta Cana, so that was really cool. Again, really, really good beach. That one's a little bit further north, so a little bit longer drive, but not anything terrible. I think that was like a 40-minute drive. So I would look at Secrets Cap Cana, I would look at Breathless Punta Cana, and I also would look at Hyatt Zilara. They have two of them, one in Cap Cana, one in Punta Cana. Those are super modern, super just kind of clean, everything that kind of speaks to me and my travel style, but those would be the ones I would start with. But there are definitely others, kind of depending on what your preferences are. So if you are open, you can certainly give any of our offices a call, 866-GO-FOX-GO, Monday through Friday. Otherwise, I know we haven't hit this yet today, but on our website, foxworldtravel.com, at the bottom there is an orange banner that you can hit to plan a trip, and in there you can just send in an online inquiry, just put your details in there, and then we will get you over to the person that best can fit your needs, maybe has been there before, maybe can provide some really good recommendations, so you certainly can do that at any time as well.
We do have a text here about Secrets Cap Cana, Punta Cana. It says they're going there soon. Do you have any recommendations for excursions around there that aren't 8 hours away? Because you said that one's not quite right in the hotel district, right?
It's not far at all. It's everything in Punta Cana is definitely easily drivable, and I'm really excited to hear that these texters have the opportunity to stay at Secrets Cap Cana, because it truly is one of my all-time favorite hotels. Definitely in my top for Punta Cana. Excursions are kind of a hard question to answer without without knowing specifically what it is you're interested in. In the Cap Cana area, there is a lot of cool golf. There's a lot of cool fishing. You can do a lot of boat charters. So if fishing is kind of your thing, there's dolphin. Swimming with dolphins is all over Punta Cana, all sorts of different ones you can do there. Punta Cana is really... It's lush, and so there's a lot of like jungle tours and ATV tours. They have like off-road, Polaris 4x4s that you can do if that's kind of your thing.
Fun.
Buggies. It's so much fun to do that in the jungle. Punta Cana has a pretty big like tobacco producing. They have like some tobacco farming tours that you can go to. You can visit some schools. Definitely hitting anything to do with Bavaro Beach. Bavaro Beach usually ends up in like the top 20 best beaches in the world every year. Secrets Cap Cana is not on that beach. It is on a phenomenal beach, but Bavaro is just one of those places you just kind of want to get to and see. You can spend a couple hours on the beach. They have some areas that they'll take you to for that as well. So kind of depending on what you're looking for, but those are the big ones. The buggies, there's zip lining, fishing, golfing, swimming with dolphins, kind of your norm you'll find there.
All right. What can you tell me about the Dreams Huatuco and the area around it?
Oh, Dreams Huatuco. I think that's talking about Rockford. That's another kind of underrated, not talked about destination, I think, enough. And they do go to Huatuco out of Rockford. So it was kind of like they pitched this one to me here. Dreams Huatuco is a great hotel. Dreams is a family-friendly brand. It is the family-friendly version of Secret. So I know we've just been talking about Secrets a bit, but it's a relatively newer hotel. It's in an area that's pretty surrounded by rock formations, and so you're not going to get that high-rise hotel that you get in some of the destinations like you would in Cancun. So it is a little bit more secluded. It is on the Pacific side of Mexico. So if you kind of have that, when I used to sell travel, I used to tell people all the time, if you have that white sand, clear blue water vision in your brain, you're going to want to be on the Caribbean side, not the Pacific side. It does look a little bit like Lake Michigan. Water's a little darker. Sand is kind of yellow, kind of spongy. But you can definitely do water activities there. You can kayak. Snorkeling's not really going to be a thing because, again, water's kind of darker over there. But I love that area. It's definitely going to give you more of a true, authentic Mexican experience. Cancun Riviera Maya is great, but they built that up specifically for tourism. If you go over to Huatuco, lots of cool off-site shopping and some tours, local restaurants that you could hit up. They have great food at Dreams, obviously, but if you wanted to kind of get, again, off the beaten path, authentic, that's truly what you're going to get in Huatuco. I think of it more of a much more authentic Mexican destination for people to consider.
Okay, so are any of these involved in the big July sale that's going on right now?
Everything we just talked about was involved in the July sale, yes. Dreams Huatuco is one that we have some negotiated rates at for specific dates. If you're open on dates, that would be one to look at. You can find that one online, foxworldtravel.com, or again, if you text in FWT to 855-616-1620, you'll get that link and you can see the specific Dreams Huatuco date we have, but otherwise we can certainly look at other dates. Jamaica is part of the sale. The Dominican Republic is part of the sale. All Secrets Cap Cana is one of those exclusive rates, or hotels that we have exclusive rates at. So all of those are definitely going to be ones that you would be able to take advantage of if you're looking to travel January, February, March timeframe.
And the sale only goes through the end of this week, right?
It does. The sale goes through the 25th. We've been getting a lot of new inquiries the last couple of days, so definitely get that in. Again, you can send in your wants and your needs over the weekend, and then when we're back in on Monday, we can get back to you. So if you want to get started on that, definitely do that. foxworldtravel.com. You can click on that link on the bottom, plan your trip, fill out just any information that you have, specific dates, departure cities you're looking at, how many people you're looking at going. If there is a specific hotel, you can put that in there too. But put it in the hands of the experts. Let them help you. Let them get you to where you want to be as stress-free and as simple as possible.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, more of your calls and texts at 855-616-1620. It is a Fox World Travel Show on WTMJ.
Planning a getaway? Reserve a parking space that includes superior service and value. Exec Park is the only local family-owned valet parking serving travelers using Mitchell Field for over 42 years. Exec Park has an even greater deal for a limited time just for WTMJ fans. It's just $8.50 a day with cash payment when you mention WTMJ. To get terrific valet parking at this amazing rate, make your required parking reservation today. Call 414-747-1000 or visit execpark.com and tell them you're a fan of
WTMJ. If you need a place for new home interior ideas, then you have to come talk to us. Our on-staff decorators know furniture, home decor, and a lot more. And they're not only creative, but also very willing to help you make great choices. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating taste come to find premium home decor at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee. Stop in often because our inventory changes daily.
Design Exchange.
Previously, it has been gently loved. But here, you'll only find very well-conditioned premium home decor items that you likely won't find elsewhere. Distinctive furniture, unique antiques, and original art, and other tasteful home decor at a value. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating taste come to find premium home decor on consignment at 25 to 40% off retail prices in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Loyalty, family. Few things are more important. This is WTMJ's Steve Scafidi and Loyal Family Renovations. They saved the day after a brutal storm in Oak Creek. Hail damage, yeah, I had a lot of it. But Jeff, Jake, and the whole team, absolute pros, made the entire process smooth as can be. Let's be honest, not everyone knows how to deal with adjusters. They handled all the questions, quick answers, top-notch customer service. In just 2 days, my roof was done. If storm damage hits, call the team that made it easy for me. Loyal Family Renovations. Visit loyalfamilyrenovations.com.
Get your rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval to buy at accunet.com.
They'd found a quaint little home, a stone's throw away from the park. The landscaping was well kept, and the inside was clean as a whistle. But it was outdated, and being that this was their first home, they didn't have a lot of extra cash to do a big remodeling job. You see, the home's living room had a wall of mirrors. He wanted to keep them up, but she was unsure. I told her how beveling the edges of the mirrors would add a hint of elegance, while keeping the spacious look that the mirrors provided. And I asked her to visit our showroom, so I could show her exactly what I meant. Turns out she loved the look, and now, even with the new remodeling job they're doing, the beveled mirrors are there to stay. This is Stacy Sinks with Less's Glass Service, and glass and mirrors have been our business for over 35 years. So if it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Less's Glass. Less's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lessglassservice.com.
Gotta get away? No one does it better. Back to more of the Fox World Travel Show on WTMJ.
Scattered showers and thunderstorms possible. Don't nix your plans because of it, because you may not even see them. Partly cloudy, a high of 81 today. It's 73 in Milwaukee. Dayton and Andrea here on the Fox World Travel Show, and let's get through some of these texts at 855-616-1620. Can I get a nonstop flight to Jamaica from Milwaukee in March?
Oh, good news. You sure can. In March, they have them on a couple days of the week. They have them on Mondays and Wednesdays and Saturdays. So you can kind of play around with, you could do a 3-night, you could do a 7-night, there's all sorts of different ones. But yeah, in the month of March, out of Milwaukee, only on those exclusive nonstop vacation flights with Apple and with FunJet. Definitely, again, we talked about this before, part of the sale. We definitely have some great exclusive hotel partners that we have offers with. So give us a call. We can certainly help you with that. But yes, 3 times a week you can get to Jamaica out of Milwaukee in March.
Okay. Next one. What's your experience with American Cruise Lines? I see mixed reviews, specifically the Columbia Snake River Cruise.
So I've never traveled with American Cruise Lines, but we do send a lot of people on American Cruise Lines. We hear great feedback. It's a great way to do a river cruise in the U.S. without having to travel internationally. Pricing tends to be a little high for what you can get. For a U.S. river cruise, you can usually get a European river cruise too. But if traveling domestically is in the cards for you, I think American Cruise Lines is a great option. We get great feedback. I would definitely recommend.
Recommendations for all-inclusive in Playa del Carmen with adult-only area and family area. Need activities for 5 and 7-year-olds. Good restaurants. Thank you.
There are a lot of good hotels in that area. One that I would recommend, just because we've recently stayed there and I have some really great experience, is the Hard Rock Riviera Maya. That one has a heaven section, which is for adults only, and then they also have the family section. So if you have, a multi-generational trip where you want some people to stay on that side, you can. That's exactly what we did back in November. I know Rose was talking about that trip as well. We had some family members that they don't have kids. They wanted to have some reprieve from that. So they went over to that side. And then the rest of us with the families and the smaller kids stayed over on the family section. Hard Rock is a pretty big hotel. There's a ton of stuff to do there. It's a decent beach, and again, close to getting into town if you want to go into Playa del Carmen for shopping or offsite tours. It's about an hour-ish from the airport, so again, definitely drivable. I would definitely look at the Hard Rock.
One of our favorite restaurants, like when it comes to the choice and the variety and the food, was Hard Rock when we went there. They just had great food.
Yeah, and they have a lot of restaurant options too.
Yeah.
So if you have somebody that's super picky, they want Italian one night, French another night, hit up the buffet another night, all sorts of good options there.
Hello, I was making travel plans to London and hit a screen informing me that there's a requirement for U.S. and Canadian passport holders to get a UK electronic travel authorization. Is this new? Sorry.
This is new. So it opened up in November, but it was travel starting at the first week of January of this year. So this has been in talks for years. The UK and all of Europe have been talking about having an electronic visa that's needed. Fun fact, Europeans actually need to fill that out to come to the U.S., so this is kind of just the opposite for us to fill out to go there. It's just an extra layer of protection and screening for them to see who is coming in. It is a visa process, so it's all electronic. You can fill it out pretty quickly, and then it allows you to go for stays up to I believe it's 60 days, 90 days maybe. I don't think you're probably going for that long, and then it's good for 2 years. So if you're going to make multiple trips, you only need one every 2 years, but it's electronic and it links it to your passport. So when you land, they're going to scan your passport and they're going to know whether or not you completed that. So it is mandatory. It is not optional. Quick to do. Rose did it a couple months ago, and I think it took her like 7 minutes to fill it out, and then within 30 minutes she had it back. It can take a couple days though, so do not wait until the last minute to fill it out. I would definitely fill it out now, just because it can take a few days for that to get processed and for you to get the approval that everything's been clear. But definitely mandatory. Make sure you fill that out.
All right. The hour's flying by. Only one segment left. Thanks for being participatory. We like that. 855-616-1620. The Fox World Travel Show is on WTMJ.
Hey, this is WTMJ Steve Scavidi here to talk about my brand new show, WTMJ Outdoors. We love the outdoors in the great state of Wisconsin and beyond. We're going to talk with outdoors experts, bicycling, resort owners, rock climbers, hunting and fishing, camping, all things Wisconsin outdoors. Join us every Saturday, 2 to 3, right here on 620 WTMJ.
It's WTMJ Outdoors, presented by Outdoor Living Unlimited.
Windows, windows, windows. You hear all about everyone's windows and how theirs are the greatest. I'll tell you, our windows are the best as well. Hi, I'm Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, and I'm right there with you. The reality is, we do sell great products, but your decision should be based on what people you want to work with, which company is proven to deliver to reduce the chance that you, the homeowner, the customer, might make a poor decision. Siding Unlimited has done it. We've taken the most trusted brand in windows, Pella, and paired them with such an outstanding business that we will deliver results to you at your home. Siding Unlimited has won Pella's prestigious 5-time Pella Platinum Premier National Contractor of the Year award. We are even Wisconsin's #1 TimberTech decking installer. The accolades, awards, and respect is earned. Windows, windows, windows. Yes, Siding Unlimited does windows. We do more. We do it really well. So you can count on Siding Unlimited to prove to yourself that you made the right decision. Siding Unlimited is the company to install your new windows.
It's here, the largest vacation sale in the nation. Fox World Travel's exclusive July sale is back. Score unbeatable deals at all-inclusive resorts with Apple Vacations to Mexico and the Caribbean with non-stop flights. Visit foxworldtravel.com or call 866-GO-FOX-GO and mention you heard it on WTMJ. Book now and secure your spot with just a deposit. The sale ends July 25th. Don't miss out.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee. From the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Before you pack your suitcase, hear from the experts. Here's more of the Fox World Travel Show on WTMJ.
FoxWorldTravel.com is the website. 866-GO-FOX-GO is the phone number, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5.
8 to 5.
You can call in and get a hold of somebody. What are all the different locations again?
So we have locations in De Pere, Appleton, Oshkosh, Fond du Lac, Sheboygan, Brookfield. And then we also have a virtual team. There are experts that are scattered kind of throughout the U.S., but they can help anybody, everywhere, anytime, with anything that you can think of. So definitely don't need to go into any of our physical offices. We would love to have you if you are somebody that wants to meet in person, but we can do everything virtually as well.
Okay. Let's get to a couple more texts before we're done. It's going quick. Thinking of driving to Nashville, is it possible to book a hotel with parking through Fox World Travel?
It absolutely is. We can certainly help you with that.
Good thing you're thinking about parking, too. Going to some of these major cities, that's one of the biggest hassles is finding parking.
It is. And on-site parking at some of these hotels can get pretty pricey. We were at a hotel in Chicago not that long ago, and parking was $90 a day at the hotel. I was like, I will be finding off-site parking for that.
Okay, do you have any suggestions of things to see or do in Edinburgh, Scotland?
Oh, there's so many things to do there, absolutely. Lots of historical things. Obviously, the Edinburgh Castle is there, the one that's big, up on the big hill, so on Castle Rock, that you can kind of see all of Edinburgh. There's cathedrals. There are the Royal Mile, which is a historic street that connects the castle and this palace that they have, and there's all sorts of cool shops and pubs and historical things that you can do there. Something that someone just told me about that they did that I didn't realize was there, but the Royal Yacht Britannia is there. So that's the old yacht that the royal family used to have for the British royal family used to travel on. So you can get tours of that. That would be really cool. I would definitely do something like that. There are some museums. The National Museum of Scotland is there. The Scotch whiskey experience is there. So that would kind of be fun to do. They have some tastings and some exhibits through the world of, all the things with Scotch. So definitely all sorts of things to do, kind of depending on what you're looking at. But we can certainly help with excursions as well. So if that's something that you need help with, you can always reach out to one of our advisors and we can give you some suggestions too.
One more here. Going to St. John, U.S. Virgin Islands, January 17th through the 24th. When should I purchase my flights? That's always a question. Like, when do I do it?
I know. And if I had the secret formula, I'd probably be a millionaire because everybody wants to know. Truthfully, I don't know that there's any rhyme or reason. Sometimes you hear, they'll lower their prices on Thursdays or doing it 6 months out is the best time. It is all inventory controlled by the airlines. So if they see that it's gone a while without people purchasing into specific flights, they're going to lower their prices. If they see that people are buying into them and the space is becoming less available, they're going to raise their prices. It is 100% inventory controlled. I would say because January is going to be peak season for the U.S. Virgin Islands, right now I would say would be a great time to start looking at options. We are seeing a lot of uptick and interest right now for January, February, and March travel. Beautiful thing about these dates in January, doesn't look like you're going over any holiday. President's Day in February tends to be a big one.
Really?
Which also butts up with Valentine's Day usually. President's Day on the East Coast, lots of schools have off for a couple days over President's Day. So they all flock to Mexico and the Caribbean over that week. And then obviously spring break is obviously huge. So January, I think you should be okay, but now would be the time I would start looking at those.
Okay, if you text FWT to 855-616-1620, you get the link for the big July sale that's only going on through the 25th. So you only have 6 days left to take advantage of these deals. What are some of the deals that people are looking at?
So we have some really great options for spring break already held for you. We know this year spring break is going to be a little bit scattered. Last year, everybody had spring break the same week, but we went in proactively for you and held some space at some hotels that we really like, that we think is a good value, some adults only and some family-friendly hotels as well. We also found 5 hot deals that, again, were the deepest discounts that we were finding throughout January, February, and March. And we did go in and negotiate some really great rates and proactively held those too. So if you are open on dates, are open on destination, you can find those by texting in FWT. Or, again, going to our website, foxworldtravel.com, clicking on vacation travel, you're going to see all things related to the sale. Again, whether you're looking for a land package, all-inclusive Mexico, Caribbean, whether you are looking at a cruise with Celebrity, there are all sorts of great options and offers to be able to take advantage of. And like Dayton said, this is the last week. The sale ends the 25th. There are no extensions. So if this is something you're looking for, definitely reach out now. We will connect you with an expert who can help look at all the different options for you, really help customize, narrow down what it is that you're looking for. Again, specific dates which destination or out of departure city that you're looking for. We'll work through all of that with you.
Rose said you've been doing this sale for over 30 years. She went back
I think this is 31 for us.
Crazy.
Yep. It is. Yeah. It's Apple doesn't do this with anybody else. It's our biggest sale that we have every single year, and we have a lot of travelers that book year after year because they know getting in early is key for that time of year. They just want to make sure that availability is there, that they can take advantage of the best rates. The beautiful thing too with Apple is that if you take the insurance with Apple, which I know we talked about a couple weeks ago and how important it is to take travel insurance, they do also have price protection. So if you get booked now and price does happen to go down on the same exact package before you travel, you do also get to take advantage of that. So getting in early is just key all the way around right now.
Great deal. FWT, all caps, if you can do it, to 855-616-1620. Get you the link. You can book it right there on your own if you want to do it, and then somebody will reach out from Fox World Travel and follow up with you on it. Or you can just get the information, fill out the Plan My Trip page, and somebody will get in touch with you that way as well. Great show.
Thank you so much.
A lot of participation.
This
That's
is a
always
great show.
good for us, always fun for everybody. So thank you for participating and being part of the show as well. We'll do it again next week, 9 o'clock every Saturday, the Fox World Travel Show on WTMJ. Danny Clayton and the crew from Annex Wealth Management coming in next.
The preceding program, the Fox World Travel Show, is paid for in full by Fox World Travel. The advice and opinions expressed during the Fox World Travel Show are solely that of the hosts and guests of Fox World Travel and not WTMJ or Good Karma Brands.